Join a team of CEOs, consultants, entrepreneurs, and ministry leaders for the 2024 Champion Influence Marketplace and Ministry Summit. It's happening on Saturday, July 27th, 2024 at Legacy Church in Nassau, Bahamas, and we want to see you there. The primary goal of this summit is to empower you with transformative strategies aimed at extending God's kingdom through your business or ministry endeavors. We believe that as entrepreneurial ministers, you possess a unique calling to influence and impact the marketplace for the greater good. Throughout the event, you'll have the opportunity to gain practical knowledge about biblical practices and innovative approaches from leading figures in both business and ministry. Our carefully curated sessions will equip you with actionable insights and strategies that blend timeless biblical wisdom with contemporary business practices. Be prepared to receive supernatural kingdom downloads to creatively solve problems and birth solutions that make generational impact. The Champion Influence Marketplace and Ministry Summit provides an invaluable platform for networking and connecting with like-minded entrepreneurs who share your vision and values. Whether you're at the inception stage of a new venture or nurturing an existing one, this summit offers a unique opportunity for learning, growth, and collaboration. Moreover, the beautiful backdrop of Nassau, Bahamas will provide the perfect setting for relaxation, rejuvenation, and reflection as you connect with fellow ministers and entrepreneurs and deepen your commitment to both your business and your ministry. Meet us at Legacy Church, located at John F. Kennedy Drive, Nassau, Bahamas. To register and find out more about our advertising opportunities, go to www.toyindalashaeministries.com for all the details, and follow us on Facebook at Toyinda Lachey Ministries. We'll see you in Nassau.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. We are streaming from Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So hello. As you come into this room, say hello to me. I want to properly speak to you. I am not going to be on here long, but I am here to give you a coaching tip that equips. And this tip is going to be able to help both managers and also coaches as you are working with the individuals that you are called to. But I want to make sure that our managers are really taking note here in terms of what we're getting ready to talk about. So before we get started, let me introduce myself. I am Toyinda Smith Carter. I'm a best-selling author, a business consultant, master coach, public speaker, mentor, and TEDx speaker. I love facilitating workshops at the corporate level, and I'm also the principal of the Coaching Seat. The Coaching Seat is a learning and development firm, and it's in place to improve both the employee experience and the organization's effectiveness. Additionally, you all, I am super excited to be able to create cultures of coaching, communication, and collaboration across academia, industry, and government. And my heart's desire is to see individuals operate from a place of stability and sustainability. So I'm particularly dedicated to economic empowerment, focusing on entrepreneurs from historically underrepresented populations populations. And what we do is we offer credentialing programs in coaching, facilitating, and speaking so that career professionals and business people can generate additional revenue streams. And again, that ultimately leads to financial freedom and sustainability. So that's my heart's desire. Both love working with employees and organizations, and then also being able to work with individuals so that economic empowerment is established. So I really love what I'm doing, and it's fun. It's my happy place. It's my fun work, and I love it. So you all share this broadcast out. I think I see a few people coming into the room. Hello, Minister Nana Lee. Thank you so much for joining. And let me see. I don't see the names of the other individuals that are in the room, but hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's get into this thing. What we're talking about, this coaching tip that equips is to use coaching as a leadership style. So last week I focused on coaching as a communication style, and what I'm simply sharing now, hi Kishma, thank you so much for joining. What I'm simply sharing now is that we are moving into a place of we're moving into a place of just being able to utilize coaching as this communication, as this not communication, I'm sorry, as the leadership style. So communication was last week. And if you didn't see that, go on and catch the replay. All right. So let's get into it. We're not going to be here long, but I think the information that I'm going to give you is going to be very powerful and it's going to help you. So Google spent 10 years, several years back, they spent 10 years researching what makes a great manager. Come on, I want to know what you believe makes a great manager. So they spent 10 years researching it. They've come up with a list of 10 things. So I want to maybe get an understanding from you of what you believe makes a good manager. Because I'm only going to give you their top one. I'm only going to give you that top one, but let's just go to the chat. Those of you all that are going to catch the replay, everybody on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, go on and let me know, what do you believe makes a good manager? And while you're doing that, I want to reiterate that coaching leadership is a style of management. And it's a leadership style that focuses on developing individuals' skills, abilities, and performance through guidance, feedback, and support, rather than simply directing or commanding people. Okay, so in the 1980s, directing and commanding, that command and control leadership was the way to go. In 2024, that is not the way that we're going to get individuals to get remarkable results. And don't forget this, if you've been around me, I've talked about how leaders gain results, and leaders gain results through the people they lead. Not the people that they're commanding and controlling, and not the people that they're just simply only directing. Some people will need some direction depending on where they are. And that's why there's a concept called situational leadership. But we're not talking about situational leadership right now. We're talking about coaching as a leadership style. So rather than simply operating from this command and control phase, coaching leaders act as facilitators who help their team members discover their own potential and find their own solutions. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the study from Google. Google did a study, a 10-year study. They spent 10 years researching what makes a good manager, and they found 10 things that make a good manager. But guess what? And you probably guessed it. I'm only going to talk about the number one finding that Google research. Here's the number one thing that Google found made a great manager. Are y'all ready for it? Here it is. Their number one is a good coach. Oh, I love this. Come on, I love this. They researched this and they found that what makes the number one thing that makes a great manager is a good coach. And so this is why I want to talk to you a little bit about using coaching as a leadership style. So, what we understand about coaching is that that your team members, your employees think that if you are a manager who operates from a coaching lens, that you're going to be able to give better feedback for individuals to improve in what they're doing. Yes. So, what I want you to know is that if you begin to apply coaching, or you take a coaching approach with your employees and your teams, it's going to cause them to really trust your feedback. It's going to cause them to see that you are being fully present with them, that you're not so overwhelmed and so busy that you won't slow down and take time with them to have a one-to-one. uh, as a coaching leader, you're really aware of your own mindset and the mindset of your team or your team members. As a coaching leader, you have the ability, if you're coaching, you have the ability to practice active listening and being able to deliver very open ended questions that's going to facilitate your team members having an opportunity to give insight into problem solving. And what it does is it leads to expansive thinking. If you can just drop expansive thinking in the chat, that would be really, really good, because that's a point that I want you to remember. If you're operating as a coaching leader, it's going to bring about, or it's going to instigate expansive thinking. And then as a coaching leader, we provide feedback in a timely manner, and you'll be able to balance what could be considered, I'll say, unfavorable feedback. You'll be able to balance that with their strengths. All right. So I want to give you four things that, if you operate in a coaching leadership style, or if you use coaching as a leadership style, what's going to happen? All right. Here's four things, and then we are coming off of this live. Number one, coaching leaders focus on empowering their team members by encouraging autonomy and self-confidence. Now, I want you all to think about this, because if you're not an entrepreneur where you are responsible for your own self, if you have to report to individuals, this is the way that you want your manager or your supervisor, if you call them a boss, this is the way you want them to handle you and to display these behaviors as they're working with you. So what this is when you are a coaching leader, or you operate from a coaching leadership style, you're going to be able to focus on empowering your team members by encouraging autonomy and self-confidence. And what this means is that you are not going to be a micromanaging leader. How many of you all have experienced micromanagers? Micromanagers. That is not that is not the way to go. That is not the way to get the best out of your people. So a coaching leader, when you are a manager or a leader, listen, even if you are a leader in ministry, when you're able to give encouragement for autonomy and self-confidence, it's going to help your people to get remarkable results. So coaching as a leadership style, when you coach as a leader, you begin to help the individuals that you're working with recognize their strengths and also develop their potential. And what happens there is that it leads to a more motivated and capable team. This is helping you all. All right. Number two, when you take on coaching as a leadership style, you are able to prioritize the growth and the development of team members. So notice, as you operate, as you take this approach as a coaching leader, It is not about you, right? When you begin to operate in leadership roles, it's about the people that you're leading. Why? Because they are the people that's closest to the work, and they are the people that are getting you results. So what happens when you operate from a coaching leadership style is that you are able to then prioritize the growth and development of your team. You'll also have an opportunity to act as a mentor to them because you've probably been there and done it. And then you'll be able to switch back and forth with your coaching hat and your mentoring hat. And this helps to provide some guidance and resources to help your team members succeed and advance in their careers, which is very important. So coaching is a leadership style. All right. The third area that coaching leaders promote is a collaborative approach to decision making. So you're open and you're willing to seek the feedback of your teams so that the shared vision comes to life. So coaching leaders involve team members in the process. And what happens here is that you learn to value the input of your team members, which then fosters a sense of ownership and accountability. So for those of you all who are joining late and those who are going to catch the replay, I'm giving you a coaching tip that equips. And that coaching tip is to use coaching as a leadership style. All right. So decision making begins to increase. Okay. So we're going to look at that one as. So I talked about the prioritization, and now I'm talking about the collaboration, which then impacts the decision making. It impacts decision making. So when you involve your team members in the process, the decision making and the ownership and the accountability becomes very solid. All right. And then I'm going to give you the fourth area that a coaching leader begins to focus on. And what happens here is that you, as a coaching leader, you begin to adopt a coaching style that creates a supportive and non-judgmental environment. And that's very important in today's society because individuals believe that they cannot make a mistake in the work world. And so it's the manager and the leader's responsibility to be a coach and to create an environment that is non-judgmental. When your team members, when your direct reports can make mistakes and not be judged and or fired because of them, it's going to get you to a place where risk taking happens, and individuals will be able to learn from their mistakes, which then enhances the ability to have innovation and resilience within a team. All right. So that's the four areas of, when you operate as a coaching leader, you begin to empower your team. You also begin to prioritize their growth and development. So it's all about being development oriented. The third thing that I talked about is you take a collaborative approach to decision making. So it's a shared vision and shared feedback, and also it brings a level of ownership and accountability to team members. So that is a wonderful process. And then it creates this supportive environment where your team members are more willing to take a risk. They're willing to take a risk, learn from their mistakes. And what that does is it enhances the innovation and the resilience of your teams. So I am Coach Toyinda. I have enjoyed my time with you. I want to invite you to follow us on LinkedIn at The Coaching Seat, or you can follow my page, Toyinda L. Smith. We're also on Instagram at The Coaching Seat. We're on Clubhouse at The Coaching Seat. And we're also on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, YouTube at The Coaching Seat. So we'll be doing more teachings centered around coaching. And what I'll do is I'll go back and forth in terms of coaching from a leadership standpoint. So when you're managing people, when you're a people leader, and then I'll move back and forth into individuals who are professional coaches to individuals. And we'll talk about some coaching practices. But I want you see behind me is my new book called The Handbook to Coach Yourself. I want you to go online to my website, which is thecoachingseat.com, and purchase that book. I give coaches and managers and individuals tools and techniques to break through every barrier to be able to facilitate progress in each area of their lives. Hey, hello, Apostle Patrick Brown. Thank you so much for joining this evening. So I want you to check out that book. Also, we are taking we're conducting a summit. It's a marketplace and ministry summit, and it'll be in Nassau, Bahamas on July 27th. And I want you to support this effort. It is going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful summit, and we're really looking forward to it. So that is all I have for you. I'm going to drop a video on really quickly, and I'll definitely see you all next Thursday.
If you wanna be a champion, you gotta do the work. If you wanna be a world dominator, you gotta know your worth. Unleash potential and leave a legacy. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you can find within the Coaching Seat. If you wanna be a champion, you gotta do the work. If you wanna be a world dominator, you gotta know your worth. Unleash potential and leave a legacy. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you can find within the Coaching Seat.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want you to join our text community. Just use the number 833-567-4252 and text the word The Coaching Seat without spaces. Don't let the spell check put spaces in there, but join our text community and we'll give you more information and more updates on our coach certification programs and the other activities that we are doing related to the Coaching Seat. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you next time.